Hey guys, Mr. No Meta here, and today I'm bringing you a Vanguard deck profile. Sorry Yu-Gi-Oh players, but I do also play this game. I'm quite enjoying it actually right now. I'm fairly new to the game, but I decided to do a deck profile because me and my partner have both taken first at our local tournaments with this. It's Polaris Great Nature. We both really like this deck. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm just going to go through, I'm going to just shoot through the deck profile so those of you who know how the deck works don't need to worry about it. And then go explain the combos at the end. So starter, Parrot, because it's a good starter. I'll go through and explain what certain cards do. Perfect Guard. 4 Duckbill. 4 Hamskay. 3 Otter. See? Pretty quick. For grade 2s, 4 of the 10k beaters, because this deck can make big columns really quick, and this card helps out with that. 3 of the 11k Compass Lion. Yeah, I have to retire a unit at the end of the turn, but it goes off, it works really well with the deck, and I'll explain the combo later, like why I think he's really strong in the deck. And then the MVP of the deck, Binoculus Tiger. He'll set you off really well on your second turn too, and I'll explain that here in a moment. Grade 3, like I said, it is Polaris. 4 of them. Volber. Yeah, and then 3 of the Magnet Crocodiles. Alright, that's it for grade 2s, or 2s and 3s. And now, trigger lineup. 4 heal, standard. 4 of the Chameleon crit triggers, because you can search him out when he's retired. That's basically the only reason why you play 4 of him over 4 of the Cobra. 4 draw trigger, or 6 draw trigger. Okay, that's it for the deck profile. Now I'm just going to go over a couple of combos, why I think the deck is strong. Okay, this guy, when he's put into the soul, you target a unit. When that unit is sent to the drop zone, you get a draw card. Seems simple enough, right? And then Duckbill. When he's called, you target a card on the field. When that card's put into the drop zone, you draw a card. So, same effect pretty much, except one goes in the soul, one's when it's called. Hamskay. When he's retired, you counterblast 1, or when he's retired and put in the drop zone, you counterblast 1, search your deck for a copy of himself, and add it to your hand. Pretty simple, pretty clean. It's a 6k booster, which is pretty small, but we'll take it, because he's Hamskay and he's adorable. Alright, so like I said, where is he? A very common turn 2 ride is the Compass Tiger, or Compass Lion. I'd rather hold on to my Binoculuses until the endgame push, but Compass Lion with a Hamskay, and that is already, it's an even, I believe. Yeah, because you use 1, get 1, and then you use 1 and get 1. So this right here, if you tribute, what you do is you put him in soul, target the Hamskay. You're gonna actually call him in the front row if it's your grade 2 right, because you can hit a trigger and swing. Anyway, target the Hamskay. At the end of the turn, you use his effect, destroy Hamskay. Now you get a draw card, counterblast 1, search your deck for a copy of himself. However, a more common one, you're going to open at least 1 Duckbill. The more you open, the better it is. You just go Duckbill, target, put into soul, target, and then Duckbill again. And now you're getting a big plus off of this, because before it wasn't even, but since you're keeping your 2 boosters, now you're getting a +2, which is really, really, really strong. Plus you have an 18 column already on your Vanguard, plus a 13 column here. And then, and then effect, counterblast, draw 3 cards, and search a copy of himself. So that's like the big grade 2 combo with him. You can also do the same thing with Binoculus Tiger, but like I said, Binoculus Tiger I think is later for the late game, just because he does get columns big. But riding him and doing the same thing, because his skill, you can actually just boost the Hamskay, make it into a 10k beater, and then retire it. But, yeah. So, your late game push a very common field. Like, I kept getting this over and over again, which is a good thing. I was perfectly fine with this because this is really strong. If you get these in your front row, you have a really strong late game push. You're gonna lose Binoculus Tiger, but it can be, you can make it worth it if you boost with either if you have another copy of him in your hand, or if your opponent's like low in hand, or you just want to nick as many cards as you can out of their hand. Alright, so what you do, very often you'll probably get one or two of these in your back row, and probably one of these. But you're gonna want to try to make it so it looks like this, if you can. If not, if you have another one of him, call it over here, boost this thing, make it bigger. So you swing with Vanguard, or you swing at your opponent's Vanguard, his skill. You give this a boost right here. This is now a 22 column when it swings at the Vanguard. Then you swing for 20, limit break, stand him back up. He gets a +4, so now he's a 13k on his own. And he's going to be retired at the end of the turn with Polaris' limit break. And then you drive check. If you know your opponent has a perfect guard, you're going to give whatever boost you get here, because this is already going to be a really big column worth perfect guarding for. But this column is pretty pitiful. 13k, it's just a 5 shield. But if you put the triggers here, it's going to get at least a 10 out of their hand, or it's going to hit. So yeah, then you drive check. If your opponent doesn't guard, you do play crits in this, so it is possible just to get 2 damage off immediately on your opponent. And then you swing again, 13, skill, boost. And now, if you hit a trigger and know they have a perfect guard, again, put the power here, put all effects here, because this is going to get more shield out of their hand. And then you swing in at their Vanguard. This is going to be 26. And if you don't know they have a perfect guard, you're probably going to put the effects over here, and probably at least 1 power, depending on how big their Vanguard is. But yeah. I got asked at my locals, why don't I play stand triggers? Because with Polaris you could stand this back up, and then if you hit stand trigger, stand this back up, and this is a big scary column. I think the stand, I play tested with the stand triggers, and I really didn't like it. I thought it was a little too inconsistent. Like, I really don't tend to go aggro with this deck until I'm on my grade 3, so it makes the stand triggers kind of dead, if that makes any sense. Like, it's hard to explain. I don't like to call my grade 2s out, or anything else, unless I can swing at them and, like, do something with them, without giving them, like, a huge advantage. And, like, let's say I'm playing against, I don't know, let's just say I'm playing against an opponent. Let's say they're at 3 damage. I can swing at this and get a critical. Get a critical, put them at 5 damage, and now this adds a lot more pressure. A lot more pressure. But if they're, so I don't want to put them at that limit break until I can deal with it, if that makes any sense. I'm sorry if I'm not making much sense. I'm really tired, I just got off work. But anyway, I like this deck. I hope you guys enjoy it. Sorry for rambling, and I'm sure I've made numerous mistakes or said the same thing multiple times, but like I said, I'm tired. This is Mr. No Meta. See you later, guys.